met Obinna, a young trader passing through Yumyuk. He had come from the city with a cart of fabrics, spices, and coins that jingled in a small bag at his side. He noticed Favor crouched beside the swollen river, shivering, her face streaked with tears and mud. "Child," he called, his voice careful, "are you all right?" Favor shook her head but did not rise. She had learned long ago that strangers often meant trouble, or at best, empty words. Obinna knelt beside her, pulling a small, folded blanket from his bag. "Here," he said. "Cover yourself. You shouldn't be out in this rain alone." For a moment, Favor stared, unsure if kindness could exist. Then, trembling, she accepted the blanket, wrapping herself and Chinidu in it. The warmth was foreign, almost frightening, but it sparked a flicker of hope she had thought buried forever. Obinna's eyes softened. "Why are you out here alone?" he asked gently. Favor bit her lip and whispered, "No one cares." Word of the encounter spread quickly. In a village like Yumyuk, everyone knew everyone else's business, and gossip traveled faster than the river in flood season. Some villagers frowned upon Obinna for helping Favor. "She's an orphan. Why bother?" they said. Others, like Mama Chica, nodded approvingly. But Favor noticed something shifting. Children who had once ignored her offered her scraps of food. A woman selling yams called her over and gave her a small portion free. Even the boys who had once pushed her off the path stepped aside. Still, gratitude came with its own pain. Each act of kindness reminded Favor of what she had lost. Nights were the hardest. When she lay beside Chinidu on the leaf mat, she felt the cold press against her thin skin, and she remembered the lullabies her mother once sang, fading like smoke in the wind. "I'm sorry," she whispered to the dark. "I wish I were different. I wish I had a home." Days passed, and the rains did not relent. Favor's thin blanket, once a gift of comfort, grew damp and heavy. The village paths were rivers of red mud, and Chinidu's small legs grew weaker with each day. Favor searched every corner of Yumyuk for food, leftover yams, fallen fruits, even scraps of cassava from abandoned kitchens, but the village had little to spare. The traders were leaving, the river had swallowed some farmlands, and hunger gnawed relentlessly. One evening, she returned to their hut empty-handed, and Chinidu's stomach rumbled loudly. Favor's own stomach ached in sympathy. She sank beside him, pressed her thin hands over his small frame, and whispered, "I'm sorry, little one. I'm so sorry." Tears fell freely now, leaving streaks through the mud on her face. She realized then that being brave did